Hello students, how are you? Hope you are fit and fine at home. Students, can you find the height of Qutub Minar without actually measuring it? And can you find the width of river without actually measuring it? Yes, you can find the height and width without actually measuring it by applying one mathematical technique which comes under a separate branch of mathematics called trigonometry. So, students, today we are going to learn the basics of trigonometry. Suppose a student of our school is visiting Qutub Minar. Now, if the student is looking at the top of the minar, a right angle triangle is imagined to be made. See this figure. Suppose a girl is sitting on the balcony of her house located on the bank of river. A temple is situated on the other bank of river. The girl from the balcony is looking down at the flower pot placed on the last stair of the temple. A right angle triangle is imagined to be made here also. In both cases, the height and the width you can easily find out by applying trigonometry. Now see the word trigonometry. Actually, this trigonometry word is the assembly of three Greek words. Tri means three. Gon means side. Metri comes from metron meaning measure. So, trigonometry is measure of three-sided area, that is triangle. From Pythagoras theorem, we know the relationship between the sides of right angle triangle. And in angle sum property, we know the relationship between the angles of triangle. Now, trigonometry deals with the relationship between the sides and angles. So, what is trigonometry? Trigonometry is the study of relationship between the sides and angles of right triangle. Early astronomers used it to find out the distance of stars and planets from Earth. Even today, most of the technologically advanced methods used in engineering and physical science are based on trigonometrical concept. Now, we'll study the basic trigonometry, that is, some ratios of sides of right angle triangle with respect to acute angle. These ratios called the trigonometric ratios of angles. ABC is a right angle triangle, right angle at B. BC perpendicular to AB. Now, the side opposite to right angle AC, that is hypotenuse, in short small h. Now, this angle A and C, angle A plus C 90 degree, so both the angles A and C are acute angle. Now, consider this acute angle, angle A. Side opposite to angle A, this is perpendicular. In short, small p. And the side AB, that is side adjacent to angle A, that is base, in short B. See one interesting line. Some people have curled brown hair turned permanently black. Again I am repeating, some people have curled brown hair turned permanently black. Some people have one part curled brown hair, second part turned permanently black, third part. Now see the first part. See the first letter of the words. Some people have first letter S, first letter P, first letter H. S. S means sine of angle A. Sine of angle A. In short, sine A is equal to, look here, P by H. See the first letter of pupil P, first letter of have H. So sine A is equal to P by H. P means BC divided by H means AC. So sine A is equal to P by H, perpendicular by hypotenuse. Now come to the second part. Curled brown hair. Take the first letter C. C, cosine of angle A. Cosine of angle A. In short, cos A. Brown first letter B, hair first letter H. So cos A is equal to B by H. Base by hypotenuse. Base B, AB. And H, hypotenuse AC. So B by H is equal to AB by AC. Now come to the third part. Turned permanently black. See the first letter of this word T, tangent of angle A. And the letter P means tan A is equal to P by B. See here, tangent of angle A. In short, tan A is equal to P by B, that is perpendicular by base. So perpendicular BC, base is AB. So tan A, P by B, from the figure BC by AB. See one interesting thing. Sin A by cos A. Sin A is equal to BC by AC. And cos A is equal to AB by AC. After simplification, you are getting BC by AB. Sin A divided by cos A is equal to BC by AB. But BC by AB, see here, this is nothing but tan A. Sin A by cos A is equal to tan A. Right? And come to the other three ratios. Other three ratios of angle. Next is cosecant of angle A. In short, cosec A. Cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A. So we know sin A perpendicular by hypotenuse. So cosec A is equal to hypotenuse by perpendicular. From the figure C, it is AC by BC. Secant of angle A. That is in short sec A. Sec A is the reciprocal of cos A. So 1 by cos A. Sec A is equal to 1 by cos A is equal to reciprocal of cos A. That means hypotenuse by base. From the figure AC by AB. AC by AB. Now come to the last, that is cotangent of angle A. In short, cot A. Cot A is reciprocal of tangent of A. That is cot A is equal to 1 by tan A is equal to B by P. Tan A is perpendicular by base. So cot A is base by perpendicular. From the figure you can see it is AB by BC. Right? AB by BC. So this cosec A is the reciprocal of sin A. Sec A is reciprocal of cosine A, that is cos A. Cot A is reciprocal of tan A. Now see one interesting thing. Cos A by sin A. Cos A AB by AC and sin A BC by AC. After simplification, you are getting AB by BC. AB by BC is equal to nothing but cot A. So write here cot A. So cos A by sin A is equal to cot A. So we are getting these 6 ratios of angles. Sin A, sine of angle A, cosine of angle A, tangent of angle A, and the other 3 reciprocals of them, that is cosec A, sec A and cot A. But in the time of pronunciation you have to tell cosec of angle A, sec of angle A, cot of angle A. Actually sin A is not the product of sine and A. Sine separated from angle A has no meaning. Similarly, all cos A is cosine of angle A, tangent of angle A, like this. So students, next class we'll learn more and ultimately we'll learn how to find the different heights and width, that is distance, without actually measuring it. Thank you.